Sadly, I have to confirm that the death toll has risen to 8 people, 2 women and 6 children, all of those under 12 years old, have died in the fires during the night and last night in Karatara. It's actually at the Farley Forest Station next to Karatara. The details are still unclear of how that exactly happened. And then the evacuations in Renendal, Go George, the bus service, our local bus service, has actually sent a couple of their buses through there to help, to assist with the evacuations. And Renendal is just next to Knysna. So, yes, the wind is a real problem. Hopefully it'll rain today. It did rain this morning in George. And it did make a little bit of a difference with all those fires flaring up, and then hopefully it will move that way as well to assist the firefighters with their massive task at hand.
Ilse, and I know you say you have very little detail about that 8th fatality there, but are you able to tell us who you confirmed that with?
That was with the police, the Southern Cape Police spokesperson, Malcolm Puyer, early this morning, and then James Brent Stein, the spokesperson for local government, the Western Cape local government and environment. He also confirmed that the death toll had risen to 8.
All right, and are you able to tell us whether it was a woman, a man, whether it was a child? We see many children among those killed here, of those 8.
Yes, apparently toddlers and then the 2 women, but all of the kids are under the age of 12. That we don't know how that happened, whether they were trying to flee the fires or whether they were overcome by smoke. We don't know the details. Nobody could confirm that. There will be an update issued from the Joint Operations Centre shortly after 7. So we are keeping our eyes peeled for that. But just something interesting that I have to tell you. Clive Africa of the Garden Route District Municipality, he's the Community Services Executive Manager, told me that, the fires in the Southern Cape is becoming the new normal because of the climate change and just, the drought and the windy conditions and it's just less rainfall. And with all our fynbos and so, and this is becoming, we must just be prepared for this increasingly to happen. I just wish, that they would send in the choppers earlier when the fire starts, just kill it before it actually starts creating all this havoc.
And that also was my next question, is that we were here in this situation, close to this area, not far from there, not too long ago, where we saw the Knysna fires as well, and whether there needs to be, a particular plan that needs to be put in place. Like you say, it's becoming the new normal. It's to be expected.
Yes, absolutely. And on Saturday it was clear skies. It was really the perfect time to sort of go and take out this fire in the Outeniqua Mountains. But as far as I know, they didn't send up any choppers or fixed-wing aircraft to water bomb these fires. And then on Sunday, they did in the morning, but then it became so cloudy and so dangerous. And now, as you heard as well today, with these winds, I doubt very much if they can send up any aerial support. But now there's also the Robinson Pass was closed earlier this morning. I've had reports that it's been opened again because a tree with the wind that, blocked the road. But that means that, if it's still closed, there's no sort of way out from the coastal areas except a very, very sort of narrow gravel road through Knysna, the Vlucht. So all traffic, people can't really go north at the moment. It's, trucks and everything. So you can imagine what that's also doing to the economy. And then water reserves are low because the waterworks in Denneoord, that's in George, had to be evacuated due to the fires. So we're only getting about 50% of the normal production. So people are also asked to really go, sparingly use water as it is.
Ilse, then if I understood you correctly, and what you're saying about when this happened or with the first signs of this on Saturday morning, are you saying then that authorities could have maybe prevented this from becoming the disaster it has become if they'd acted and didn't act quick enough on that day?
Yes, I don't want to point fingers, but that's generally the feeling, and I've spoken to lots of chopper companies and so on, local guys in George, that says they were available. Now I don't know what all the tender processes and contracts and what the legalities are, surrounding sending up choppers to bomb these fires. But I just feel, yes, instead of waiting until it becomes this real issue where lives and property are being threatened, when you see a fire, send the chopper and bomb it with water. That just makes sense to me, but it sometimes just seems as though it takes too long. But I've been trying to get information regarding that, and no answers have been forthcoming, so I don't want to point any fingers. There may be very good reasons for that, but yes, I do think that they should step in much quicker, because with the winds and unpredictable weather conditions we experienced in the Southern Cape in the past 2 years, I really think that, yes, being proactive would be a very good idea.
And then, Ilse, you seem to have a pretty good handle from your sources on just what's happening on the ground there with the road closures or roads being reopened in areas. What areas, from what you know, are possibly threatened now by this fire spreading?
Well, the Otalikwa Pass is still closed. The Montague Pass is closed. Areas that are threatened, as I said, Reenendal, the situation there is quite dire, and it's a very forestry area, and it's dry. But the people, it's in the process, everybody there, the residents, in the process of being evacuated. Then in George, you have occasional flare-ups, and we can maybe expect much more during the day because of the wind. Then there's also in the Overberg district, that is Swellendam, lightning with a storm that is now, started overnight. Some lightning-induced fires started up, and then Grootvaardersbos Nature Reserve, guests have been evacuated there. That's also near Swellendam. And then in the Gamkas Kloof Nature Reserve in the Stratberg, that's also been closed and people have been evacuated.
And in your opinion and what you know and years of reporting on this kind of thing, Ilse, would you say that your firefighters are properly equipped, they have the proper resources to fight this fire?
Yes. I must really praise them for what they do. They are doing an excellent job, putting their lives at risk. We have, I think it's at the moment, about 400 firefighters in the George region fighting the fires. But it's also difficult because, on the ground, your life is always in danger, and they can't always get close enough to these raging fires. But I do think that they are really trying their utmost to protect lives and property.
And is it time maybe to call in for some extra help from surrounding municipalities and firefighters from elsewhere?
Yes, they did inform us this morning that they are getting extra resources in, but the major problem is that if this wind continues, it's highly unlikely that the aerial support will be able to go, that can be utilized, and that is most effective, because your ground fighters just can't always get close enough to these infernos.